Hey guys, Rico Abreu here, driver of the number 24 sprint car, and today I'm answering some of your questions.
Rico Abreu!
How did you settle on the car number 24? My dad's high school football number was 24. So there used to be some photos in our house growing up of my dad on the sidelines getting ready to go out on the field, and his jersey number was 24. So I was always into that number, 24. When I first started racing, our neighbors were number 50 that raced go-karts. So I also liked the number 50. And then when I got to karting performance and got to drive my first sprint car, I originally started with number 89, and then the following season it's been 24 ever since. And I feel like 24 is there's a couple special icons of the sport of motorsports that have won a lot of races in the number 24. You were forced to live on a desert island forever. You get to bring one album, one movie, and one cereal. Go. My movie is gonna be Friday Night Lights. I'm not sure how we're gonna watch it, but I'm gonna bring the movie Friday Night Lights with me. My album would probably be, man, that's a tough one. I'd probably bring like an album from like one of George Strait's originals. And then for cereal, my dad always made us eat Life. So I would probably bring a box of Life with me. Which do you find more difficult, ripping the lip or catfishing the bottom? I love trying to rip the lip wide open. The most difficult thing is doing it controllably. I really work on my patient level of running the bottom and being disciplined to run the bottom. I think that is the most difficult thing for me to consistently do. Do you have any aspirations of moving on from sprint car racing like to NASCAR or something similar? And I mean to say you can't compete in multiple cars like sprint cars, but I think you could be a great future of NASCAR. So in 2015 and 16, I competed in stock cars. I did a Canon East Series, and then in 2016, I did a full schedule of the Truck Series, and I really didn't do that well. I feel like I was a little behind on equipment-wise and personnel-wise to be, for myself to be really successful in the sport of NASCAR. Now, I don't knock on NASCAR, but I really love sprint car racing. That's where my passion is, that's where my heart is. So sprint cars are my thing. I've driven obviously midgets and non-wing sprint cars and ARCA cars and trucks. They're all really, really fun to drive, but nothing beats 900 horsepower in a 1,400 pound car on a half-mile dirt track where you got to run right against the wall for 30 laps, and you can race as hard as you want. The harder you race, the better you do in front of thousands of fans that are really passionate about sprint car racing. So that's where my heart's at, and that's what I love to do. What has made you want to stay in the high limit series versus running the outlaw circuit, and what are your thoughts on both? For one, I just love sprint car racing. Two, I see the vision high limit is pushing with the franchise system, with the point fund, with the race winnings, and in more of a direction that is beneficial to the team owners. That becomes really appealing to me as a business owner in sprint car racing. One, for my partners. Two, for the business side of the direction I want my sprint car team to profit. I want it to be ran as a legit business and have incentives for my employees to stay long-term with me. And two, I want to race for a lot of money at the sprint car races. And High Limit has really driven that direction and increased and injected funds into the sport that make it very exciting and appealing to me. And I believe in Brad and Kyle's vision. Although I'm friends with them, I believe in their direction of sprint car racing because of their passion, and they don't give up on wanting to make the sport better. I think competition in the series is really good. It's making everybody level up right now, and I don't have any problem with supporting the World of Outlaws and what they're doing, as I've raced multiple times with them in the past seasons and this season. He said have to. Do you have to strap a few 2x4s on your feet to touch the pedals? Well, my feet are probably like 12 inches from the floorboard without my foot blocks and my seat raised or lowered, but I would probably need 4x4s if I really wanted to do that. But if you watch this YouTube video, I explain everything about how I fit in a race car. You have mentioned ground clearance and ride heights a lot lately. How does that improve lap times? Can I talk about?
No, don't say anything about
that. Oh, okay. Next question. Is it hard to learn how to ride that one wheel you zip around on? It took a little bit. It's just like a balance board. I do a lot of balance stuff at the gym, and then I used to skateboard when I was really young and ride motorcycles. So balance has always been a part of my life. But I just enjoyed getting from A to B on it. It's a good little leg workout too for me, just with balancing constantly. As you lean forward, the board goes. As you lean back, the board slows down. It's all like a motion of balance with your feet, the balls of your feet and the heels of your feet. I'm almost over 600 miles ridden on my one wheel, so that's going to be a pretty big milestone for me just for having it the last few years.
How do you know?
It's on the app. The mileage is on the app. It tracks it all, yeah. What other car class out of everything out there would you like to run most outside sprint car action? I would like to do like the Baja 1000 in a side-by-side. That would be really cool and really like hammer down style and through the dust, and yeah, I would really like that. I think you said in Central Arizona, but what is your favorite race day snack? For sure, goldfish. Eat lots of goldfish. Do you plan on giving Gus any siblings? I'm only asking for human kids are none of my business. What's yours or Megan's favorite books and movies? Most important question is, what is your favorite candy? Favorite candy is peanut M&Ms. For kids, I ask Megan every day if we could get another dog. I feel like it would help Gus's anxiety, but that is a no because dogs are a lot of work on the road. We love Gus, so it's all worth it. But I think adding another fur baby, mostly because Megan does all the work, makes it really difficult. And then human kids, hopefully one day. I mean, it's practice makes perfect, I guess. Books and movies. Movies, Friday Night Lights. I watch one on my free time. I think it's super silly, but like I'm into like Temptation Island, the movie. My best friend Trevor and I watch it all the time. Books, I just got done reading The Obstacle is the Way, and I thought that book was really good. Will you or would you run another type of car like a super late model or big block dirt Northeast modified? Those are like really cool cars, but I just stick to sprint car racing. That's my number one priority. I mean, I know the work that gets put into all these cars to make them comfortable for me, and it would be cool to drive, but I'm just a sprint car guy. What's your favorite beer? Please say Busch Light. You're in the Midwest enough to enjoy some good old Busch lattes. I know that it's not a popular thing in California. I don't have a problem with Busch Light. I don't really drink a lot of beer, but if I have to have a beer, I like Coronas with a cold glass and some salt around the rim. It's a popular thing in California. How did it feel to win your very first high limit race held in Wisconsin? I know it's an awesome race to watch in person. You're the best, Rico. Wisconsin and the Wisconsin fans, winning in front of them, just their passion makes it extra exciting. I sure hope High Limit gets some more races. I know there's lots of racetracks in Wisconsin. I hope High Limit gets more races or gets the opportunity to race at more tracks. The fans definitely deserve to see more High Limit racing in that state. What's your favorite racer that isn't a part of the Kubota High Limit Racing Series? Yeah, I don't, there's nobody. I don't have anybody. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a, that is racing right now. I couldn't tell you. What's your favorite wine your family produces? So my family has 5 different labels: Madrona, Capella, Thorvelos, Rothwell Hyde, and Las Posadas. My favorite label is the Madrona label. The Madrona really hits home to me. It's from the grapes that are produced from that wine are from the property that I grew up on, my racetrack is on. A majority of my childhood was spent there. It's really where I learned how to race. So that vintage, anywhere from 92 to 2021, obviously all those vintages are very special to me. Is there any one particular odd thing you like about race day? I try to get an exercise in the morning, take Gus to go potty. We head to the track pretty early just with the merchandise trailer, and then the boys show up a couple hours later with the car, so I'll go over and make sure to spend a little time with them before the races start. Get to sign autographs before the races. I'll spend some time back in the merchandise trailer, and the day honestly goes by really fast. What's your favorite non-racing thing to drive? My wife has a Yukon GMC that I like driving, and I drive a white dually GMC. How can you express thanks to Uncle Jimmy ringing the bell? He's been busy. So for those of you that don't know, we have a very historical landmark on our property. It's an old ancient bell, like a big bell. It's on the top of Madrona Ranch, where the Meyer family used to live. I think it was tied to their family back in the early 1900s. And every time we win a race, my Uncle Jimmy and my brother go up there and ring the bell. So that obviously they've gotten to do it a few times this year with the race wins, and it's become this like family oriented thing, and they take a video and send it to all of our friends and family, notifying them that we won the race. What's your favorite thing to eat when you race in Nebraska? My favorite spot is to hit Sushi Blue. I love Sushi Blue, downtown Lincoln. And then after dinner, my wife, Megan, her sister owns Versus Arcade Bar. So we go over to the arcade bar and I get a Bloody Mary and play some games for a few hours. My favorite game in the arcade bar is the off-road truck game and Mrs. Pac-Man. Would you ever own your own track? I kind of do. We have the Vineyard Bowl located in St. Helena, California, the 8th mile, little tacky 8th mile racetrack, has put on a couple go-kart races. Where all is Abreu wine sold? You can purchase Abreu wine from abreuvineyards.com. Join the mailing list, and they reach out to you and send an allocation to be able to purchase. Any advice about self-care as far as eating, sleeping while on the road? Well, it's actually really difficult to eat good and sleep good while you're on the road racing, especially the months of like June, July, and August, where it's very heavily race scheduled up. The biggest thing I try to do is stay active. I try to get to the gym if we're not racing twice a day, and then I'm lucky that my wife Megan is a really good cook. Is that what you wanted me to say? So she preps meals for us, and we have a refrigerator in our merchandise trailer that we can put food in. So we do a lot of turkey and rice bowls with broccoli, or steak and broccoli and rice, so to get us through lunch and dinner sometimes. I stick to working out. That really entices me to eating good, and it forces me to sleep good. So I make sure I just try to get my 6 to 7 hours in daily of sleep if I can get to bed at a decent time. It doesn't always work like that, but a cat nap here and there before the races doesn't hurt. How about talking about your dog? Unless you already did. His name's Gus. He's a micro golden doodle. He weighs 25 pounds. He's 4.5 years old. He wants to play all the time. I can get him all riled up. He's brought a lot of comfort to my life, and I just honestly don't know how I could live my life without Gus or Megan, but most importantly Gus. And I think what's so cool about Gus's personality is how comforting he is to the race fans, and he just creates this aura around the race fans that makes him really likable, because he's very presentable on the edge of the merchandise trailer. He sees new people, he wags his tail, he lets you pet him, and he is ornery at times. I wish he would cuddle, but he's not a big cuddler, but he loves to play fetch. He begs all the time. He screams bloody murder if he can't see Megan or I in the distance, and he gets really excited after the races when I come see him. No matter if I win or lose, he's always super happy to see me, and I think that's what just makes me love him so much. Have you ever got sick and threw up in your helmet while racing? I got sick one time. It was in Gateway at the truck race. I want to say I was either really dehydrated or I had food poisoning from the lunch I ate that day before the race, but I threw up in my helmet. It was the most disgusting thing ever, and it was like halfway through the race, so I had to deal with it the whole truck race. I also peed my pants before the race the first year of the 2015 when I won the Chili Bowl. Right before the race, peed my pants. So that was a disgusting thing too. I jumped into Keith's arms. Don't tell him though. Don't tell Keith. How important is your relationship with your crew chief, Ricky, I assume, to the success of your team? I think this is a dynamic most people overlook. That's why I asked. So I consider Ricky a really good friend of mine, really close family friend. His wife is become like a mother of mine and a mother to my race team. My wife, my dog, Danelle does so much for all of us. And my relationship with Ricky is very unique because we're such close friends outside of the racing. So we do dinner over at his house. He cooks. We spend a lot of time just hanging out at his house. We watch races, go over race setups. Racing is very competitive, so the light switch is always switched on with Ricky at the track, and make sure that he's always making sure our car is 100% race ready and fast. The way Ricky goes about his racing has really made me refine my craft as a race car driver and take racing extremely seriously. Who is your inspiration? I kind of have a few, but first and foremost is my father, and just his drive to always want to be better, and just the way he taught us as kids. As I've grown up, I've really reflected back on, those days of those life lessons that he's taught us, from all the way from swimming to our work ethic in the vineyard when we were kids, to showing livestock and taking care of your livestock, to high school and middle school sports, when I was wrestling, to go-kart racing and the good and the bad days, and how he would talk us through, just continuing to have that competitiveness when we showed up at the track. First and foremost is definitely my father. And then, recently I've become really close with a gentleman that I don't know if many of you know, but by Joe Saldana. And, I've rented space in his race shop from him the last 4 years, and Joe's just turning 80, and he is just such a blue-collar, hard-working guy that never gives up. And I think that just from me the last few years being around that has really kept me driven through the ups and downs of racing. And to go back to the shop and Joe to come into the shop and ask how we do, and even on the good days and the bad days, he always just tells me to race with my head, and just be smart and finish races. And then I go out, a couple hours later, and you have this this short little 80-year-old man, shoveling dirt into the back of his Kubota tractor, and he's just moving wood or moving trees around, and just really working hard, and you see the work ethic. And I've just really become inspired by people who work extremely hard for things and they're rewarded. And I think that just shows in life, and how hard of an effort you put into something, you will be rewarded. Hey Rico, I'm 9 and I look up to you so much. You inspire me to chase my racing dreams. What's one thing you wish someone told you when you were my age that would have helped you in your racing journey? My advice to a younger racer would be to just enjoy the present moment, enjoy the journey, smile, allow your enjoyment to radiate to others, and just push yourself in outside of your comfort zone, challenge yourself. I think that's so important nowadays, is to just continue to work hard for the goals you want to reach. You see all these stories of these incredible inspirational stories of people that are, from rock climbing to baseball to football to all these sports, to swimmers, and accomplishing these amazing goals that they set. And I look at that as racing, and I didn't even know I would be able to drive a race car when I was younger, and let alone get to compete full time nowadays, with the top tier series, and to compete for wins. So I just really make sure you surround yourself around people that are positive. I think that's a big thing, and people that believe in you and can build that belief in you. And that's what I look for every day, is just to attract myself to people that believe in me genuinely. And you'll know when you find those people, because you'll just connect with them so easily. So it's pretty simple. Just enjoy it. If you do race, make sure you're finishing all your races. Be positive, no matter the good or the bad. Find the positive in the bad, and just continue to work hard, and just work really, really hard at it. How many suits do you have? So this year, I'm racing with 6 different suits that we custom did with Alpine Stars. I have a Waste Connection suit, a Swan Island sheet metal suit, a Pacific Boring suit. I have an Arc Zone suit. I wore a Richmar Flores suit at Grandview. I have a Jackson's Superhero Wind Warrior Foundation suit. I have a Mozilla Valley Transportation suit, and that's 7. And then I have a Whiskey Meyer suit. There's 8. I have a few more. Some of these were rollovers from last year. Another one you guys have seen is a Kubota Genuine Parts suit. So I said I had 6. I had 6 made this year, but actually we have 9 suits that I'm wearing this season. It's quite a few. Do you work on the car? Sometimes I'll help out. I like to clean stuff. I've never mounted a sprint car tire. I feel like with my size it would be really hard to, but I can change torsion bars and clean the bars. What else do I like doing? I adjust my drag link a lot at the races. With how tight my box is on my steering, my drag link kind of changes throughout the tracks we go to. Well, I change my drag link because of different banking tracks, so you fight the stagger. So I'll do that a few times, and then I like cleaning the trailer, cleaning the mule, cleaning the quad, cleaning my cockpit of the car. I like looking at a really clean cockpit in my car, so if it doesn't get all the way cleaned at the car wash, I'll wipe it all down to make it look pretty. I think that's really good for the fans to see, presentation wise. Not a whole lot of dirt on the car, but some nights we won't car wash, just with the long drives overnight. So, but generally I do not work on the race car. I have 3 full-time employees that work on the race car, and they're really good at their jobs. Do you wish you were tall? No, not at all. I feel like I wouldn't change one thing about me. Yeah. If anything, I wish my arms went straight, all the way straight. I feel like I could reach my steering wheel and racing a little easier.
Do you feel like when you were younger, you were like, oh man, I wish I was tall?
No, I didn't really. I feel like my like parents never really allowed me to think like that. Like if I did, it got shut down really quickly. So they, my parents always created like a positive out of a negative. So if like something were to get said, or we were in public and people were like taking pictures or pointing, or you know, my mother or father would just like pull me to the side and state that like that it's okay to be different. Like there's nothing wrong with being different, and that these people just aren't educated and they didn't see, you know, they'd never seen someone different like you. So you know, it was never like a put down way. So you know, I get into if I ever like am in these experiences now, it's like I don't even see through it. So it's really a unique thing that I grew up with, of like a really positively atmosphere from schooling all the way to racing. Like, and you get to the racing community and everybody's like so nice and great to everyone. So I feel like that's why I've like fit in so well in the racing world. Superstitions? I think the biggest thing is like my team doesn't eat chicken on race day. That's like, which it sucks. I didn't believe in it, and then we had a couple incidences where somebody ate chicken or someone was around chicken. So I just said, screw it, no chicken on race day, and I can't have my normal meals. But steak, broccoli, and rice is my go-to on race day.
What about lucky undies that you...
Yeah, I guess I got like a black pair of boxers that I've won a bunch of races in this year. They're all right. I got them on right now.
Do you really?
Yeah. Why don't you drive for someone? I don't know. I like the control factor. So I own my team. I make all the decisions. I pay all the bills. You don't get that racing for someone else. I am very passionate about racing. I think this is a very unique legacy that I'm trying to build as a car owner, driver, promoter, marketer. You know, I have this amazing team of people around me that have helped me get to this point of my career, and my goal is to win, you know, the Knoxville Nationals, the Kings Royals, the crown jewels of sprint car racing, the high limit championship as a driver, owner, promoter, marketer. So to have it all under one umbrella, and there isn't too many drivers out there that have done that. So I think that's pretty cool to try to do in this sport. You know, it's not often done. It's very difficult, and it's something that I feel like is a challenge, and I just keep pushing myself to succeed at. Hey, if you liked this video, make sure to leave a comment below and let me know. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so we can continue to post more stuff. Thanks for watching, everyone.